Most people waiting for artificial intelligence to change their work are making a fundamental error. They are waiting for something new to arrive. They have not noticed that it already did. Right now, inside Gmail, inside Google Docs, inside Google Sheets, Gemini is already there, already watching your workflows, already capable of replacing them. This is the story of how Google built the most quietly dangerous AI deployment in history. To understand why Gemini's agent strategy is strategically distinct from every other AI platform on Earth, you must first understand the distribution advantage Google is working with, because it is not comparable to anything else in the industry. 350 million people use Gemini every month. More than 70% of Google Cloud customers are already using Gemini-powered tools. Google Cloud revenue grew 34% year over year to $15.2 billion, driven directly by enterprise Gemini adoption. And in the most recent quarter, Alphabet, Google's parent company, crossed $100 billion in quarterly revenue for the first time in its history, with AI products built on Gemini contributing significantly to that number. This is not an AI startup fighting for market share. This is a company that already owns the operating system of the modern office and has now embedded its most powerful AI directly into it. The model powering all of this is Gemini 3, and its design choices are explicitly and deliberately built for agentic autonomous operation. The most significant architectural innovation is what Google calls thought signatures, encrypted representations of the model's internal reasoning that are passed back through conversation history, allowing agents to maintain their exact train of thought across long, complex, multi-step tasks. In prior generations of AI, long autonomous sessions suffered from what engineers called reasoning drift. The model would lose coherence, contradict itself, or repeat earlier mistakes. Thought signatures are Google's structural solution to that problem. Equally important is the model's adjustable reasoning depth. For complex planning and multi-step instructions, reasoning is set high. For high-volume tasks, where speed and throughput matter more than depth, it is set low. This is not a one-size-fits-all intelligence. It is a calibrated one, and that calibration is precisely what enterprise-grade automation requires. In December 2025, Google announced the general availability of Workspace Studio, and it may be the single most consequential democratization of automation in enterprise history. The premise is radical in its simplicity. Any employee, not a developer, not a data scientist, not a prompt engineer, can build, deploy, and share an AI agent using nothing but plain language, within minutes, inside the tools they already use every day. The agents built in Studio connect natively to Gmail, Google Drive, Google Chat, and over a dozen external platforms, including Asana, Jira, MailChimp, and Salesforce. In a single 30-day period following launch, Workspace Studio agents completed over 20 million tasks for enterprise customers, from automating status report generation to triaging legal notices to managing executive travel requests. The skills gap that once separated the organizations that could automate from those that could not has effectively closed. The most sophisticated practitioners in the Gemini ecosystem are not deploying one agent. They are deploying systems of agents, interconnected, specialized, and sequenced like an industrial assembly line. One agent generates the research. The next drafts the document. The next refines it. The final one distributes it. No human intervention between input and output. Google has formalized this architecture with the agent-to-agent protocol, an open standard that allows agents built on different platforms to communicate, coordinate, and hand off tasks to each other. Salesforce and Google Cloud are already co-building cross-platform agent systems using A2A. We are moving from single-model deployments to multi-agent ecosystems that operate across entire enterprise software stacks, simultaneously, in real time. The enterprise deployment evidence is no longer anecdotal. At TELUS, the Canadian telecommunications giant, more than 57,000 team members use Gemini-powered AI regularly, saving an average of 40 minutes per AI interaction. At Suzano, the world's largest pulp manufacturer, a Gemini Pro agent reduced data retrieval time by 95% across 50,000 employees. At Danfoss, automated email-based order processing now handles 80% of all transactional decisions, cutting customer response time from 42 hours to near real time. And at Macquarie Bank, Gemini-powered fraud detection reduced false positive alerts by 40%. These are not technology demonstrations. These are operational realities generating measurable economic returns. In September 2025, Google launched something most AI analysts have not yet fully processed: the Agent Payments Protocol, an open standard that allows AI agents to securely complete financial transactions without a human clicking approve. The mechanism is built around cryptographically signed digital contracts called mandates, verifiable proof that a user authorized a specific transaction. The protocol is payment agnostic. Cards, bank transfers, and cryptocurrency all operate on the same standard. Early adopters include MasterCard, PayPal, American Express, Coinbase, Shopify, Etsy, and Salesforce. When an agent does not just automate your workflow, but also executes the purchases required to fulfill it, the nature of autonomous AI changes entirely. The transformation Claude represents is not a future projection. It is a present reality measured in revenue, retention rates, autonomous task horizons, and production deployments across every major industry on Earth. The shift from AI as tool to AI as workforce happened faster than governments anticipated, faster than regulators responded, and faster than most business leaders planned for. Claude did not create this shift alone, but it has become its clearest proof of concept. The organizations that understand what is happening here and build their strategies around it will not simply be more efficient. They will be operating in a different category entirely. Welcome to the age of the agent.